Yeah, and while we're here, I'm just gonna remind people that I've got a meeting in Brighton on November 21st. It's over 3 days, so 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and I've got one in London in Pax Lodge on the 31st of January, if anybody's interested. So yeah, because I keep forgetting to tell people what's going on. So great. Let's just give it a couple of minutes.
You keep forgetting to sell yourself, David.
Well,
Yeah. No comment.
it's not my forte, that
It's
really.
not your style anyway.
Yeah, well,
You're not a self-publicist.
yeah, I mean it's quite a difficult thing to publicize, really.
Yeah, yeah, enough said. Hmm.
All right. Well, we will start. I'm just going to say a few words and then we can just talk. All there is this. There's always this. This is what's behind all the stories. Just what is. Just immediacy. There's all that noise going on, that apparent noise of somebody's story, somebody's life, somebody trying to get somewhere, trying to find a solution, trying to save the world, trying to save whatever. And all the while, there's just what is. There's just this without needing anything from anyone, without there being anyone that could create any problem that needs to be solved. This is just what seems to be happening. This is just nothing apparently happening. This is just immediacy. This is just what is. It's so simple. I mean, ridiculously simple, just laughably simple. That that we fly around the world and and fly back around the world, and still there's just always what is. There's no time. There's nothing to find. And yeah, there seems to be a kind of contraction which appears in just everything, in just what is. And that's to that contraction we might call me. And that seems to also be what is. And that seems to carry on. And in that carrying on, there's a seeking for a solution to that. There's a seeking for a solution to the discomfort of feeling separate, which inevitably seeking will do. And so all that can be said here is really that this is the end of seeking. This is just the end of seeking. This is the end of that quality where the that there's a constant trying to find and there's somebody trying to find it. This is the end of all of that. And it's not the end for anyone. It's an absence. It's the absence of there being anyone. It's the absence of the seeker. It's just what is. So we can talk about that in whichever way you would like, however you would like. And this is just an open conversation. There's no right way of asking a question, and there's no wrong way of asking a question because there isn't anyone doing either.
Mhm.
Hi, David.
Hi,
Hi there. My name's
hi,
Nina.
hi, Nina. Hi. Ah, yes, I can see. Yes, yeah.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, yeah. How are you?
Excellent. I've listened to a few of your talks, and my amateur Orientalist absolutely delights and is mesmerized by your conception of raw emptiness.
Mm.
I'm kind of fascinated how you are being received by a Western mind that is a fundamentally scientific materialist, um, that perhaps has alienated themselves from the field, roughly that which binds the entire universe together.
Well,
I'm
I mean, there isn't, this is not speaking to anybody. This expression is not speaking to anyone. This isn't for anyone.
uh-huh.
This is just what is. This has got nothing to do with anybody because there isn't anyone. So the possibility that this can be for a Western mind or for an Eastern mind or for any kind of specific kind of mind is absolutely impossible. It's this isn't for anybody. This is just literally pointing out that all there is this. All there is what is immediacy, newness, aliveness, however you
Yes,
want to describe it. Of course, none of those words are going to be very good, but they
yes.
are just expressions of something that cannot really be gotten to with words. I don't know whether that answers what you were what you were saying, but
Yeah. You know, my mind is trying an incremental approach to understanding your
oh
very
yeah, yeah.
extreme position.
Well, it
So
isn't.
I
It isn't an. It is not. It doesn't have any position at all. I think that's the difficulty. Is that I think that there's that the mind will always try to find a position. You know, or
yes,
the me, not mind is. I don't really like
y-
the word mind.
yes,
Me will always try to find a position. Me always tries to kind of go right. This is mine. Mm,
uh,
that's my position. You know, and that's often what seems to go on with me. So yeah, but this can't be understood. That's what's so wonderful about it, is that it can't be understood. Everything else can seem to be understood. This can't be understood. No way. It's already everything. So it's where are you going to find that? I mean, it's quite it's quite difficult to find everything. So
That's radical. Can I ask you another question, please, which is about your day job
yeah.
of shiatsu and massage and action and
Well,
self-healing?
I used to do that. I don't do that so much,
Ah,
I still do some consultations in Chinese medicine and things like that. Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, but yes, sure.
I'm just fascinated to know how you link that experience with your no position now.
Well, it isn't, it's already, I mean, that's just in a way, this is a trained monkey, you know, what happens is that there's things that this body has done for apparently a long period of time. And so it is used to speaking in a particular way. And there is a sort of muscle memory that's here in particular apparent situations. And so this then does Chinese medicine, if you like, in that way. That's all. That's all that goes on. It's not special or important at all. It's got no importance whatsoever.
So, how is your current position not nihilism?
Well, nihilism I mean, again, it's not a position. Nihilism is a very direct position, which is saying, you know, negatively to everything. It is a drive to try to find something by negating everything, which is another brilliant format of me trying to, it's another incredible, sort of process of me trying to find something through a process of negation, which is also described as this neti, this, this
Mhm.
process. It's just a process. It's got nothing to do with this. This is already what is. It doesn't need anybody to try to find anything or to go through a process to try to get it because it is already everything. Nobody can ever find anything. There isn't anyone.
Now that part I don't get, but I'm just
Nor do
new
I.
around here.
Yeah. Sorry, go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
yeah, pleasure.
And like nihilism would be another position. It would
Yeah, it's
be
Mm.
another position, exactly.
so, like as Nina said, in a way, when she first started talking, again for me, it seems to like this sense of me of Nina's heard it, and then it sort of takes a position on it, gets some ground, and sort of this is how it's seen what's been spoken about from a position, and the me sort of orients itself right. It sort of takes an overview of what's been said, and it sort of takes a position on it
Yeah, or
constantly.
or or it becomes an analysis of everything.
Mm, yeah.
Yes.
It then goes out on a path or a journey based on what it's heard and how it's viewing what it's just heard. It reorients its position of the world, its view of what's happening,
Yeah,
and it goes on a path somewhere. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It needs constantly some ground, something to believe in, something to orient itself, and then goes off on a journey based on that, it seems.
that's it. I mean, well, it needs a story,
Yeah.
so it creates a story, which is all about me.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah, it's all about me. It's all about continuity. It's all about this process, continuity. You got to keep me going, got to build the story around me, then accumulate, build.
Mhm.
It's all about expanding the expression of what I am. And of course getting better, of course, that's I've got to get better because it can't just be this. Is that this isn't enough. It's got to be something else. But this is all that there is. There isn't anything else. There's just what is. Yeah. Lindsay.
Whoops. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah, I
Oh,
can.
great. Hi,
Hi.
David. Thanks for
Hi.
having another Zoom call.
Sure.
Um, the contractedness that you spoke of in the introduction,
Yeah.
that's the sense of self, that centeredness, right?
It seems to be. It's not, I mean, it's not real, but it is a sense of contraction, you might call it. And it's just a sense of a sense of habit of there being a center. And that center is where everything is
And
where everything apparently comes from.
and if there is one center, then it makes every other center real, everybody else real. If
That's
you're
right. Yeah.
real,
Yeah.
okay. Um,
Yeah, if I'm real, you're real. One, two, dualism. It's directly a dualistic expression.
so if you're identifying, if there's an identification with with a center, would that pertain to everything that's in that particular, I'm not going to say moment, but let's just say for sake of communicating, what is right now, the center is just kind of what you're referring to as a bodily sensation, right? If you could describe it that way, not
I
not
mean,
of the,
it's an all-encompassing sense of there being someone.
okay, but it
There
doesn't
being-
pertain to the tree in front of me or the sunset
Well, it
further
pertains
out.
to everything because everything is sort of sensed through that sense of there being someone. So if there is someone, then there's something else. There's a tree which is separate from this. This is the
Okay.
end of separation.
Okay, that's really good. That helps me because,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Wow. That helps you. Okay.
that
I mean,
that
I'd
that
like to know how, but anyway, yeah.
it
Okay.
helps me in the sense, it doesn't help me, but it helps the
Hmm.
understanding,
Sure.
um, in that it not necessary, because there are several many times throughout each day where you don't identify with being, you can be doing something subconsciously, or you don't really
Hmm.
identify with being a self.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
when
it's not a constant, me is not a constant state.
so
It's not a constant state. It's not an
right.
absolute at all. It's just the quality of energy that apparently can come and go. It is not as real as it imagines itself to be. It feels
Right.
that it is very real and solid, and this is my position, and I am a me called whatever.
So
I
when it comes, then there's that identification of the story and a separate
Yeah,
self, and
yeah,
everything is real, and there's all these things in this picture
yeah,
that I'm seeing right now in front of me.
yeah.
It helps me in the sense that it's not necessarily just the centeredness, but it's a centeredness, meaning you're taking it all, everything that is this right now.
It's an all-encompassing sense of
Mm,
separateness. It is not, it is, it, you know, that it's just what seems to go on. That's that all-encompassing sense of there being something not quite right
right.
somehow.
And and that helps me because in the past I've always thought of it as just a me, just here, not everything. But now I can see from what your explanation, it's much more. It's all
Well,
of it.
it's not there is no such thing as me. There is me is just that it's just a sense of contraction or a quality of energy, you might say. But energy is not real, and that's me is always constantly trying to find a single point in time which is real.
Hmm.
This is all about the end of time in a certain sense. When there
Hmm.
is no time, there is no me. There's no, and then there's no superposition, right? So that's the end of all of that stuff. There's no absolute point. So
Hmm.
this is the nature of natural reality. Of course, everything over the top of that is really just illusory. That's
Hmm.
just sort of that the quality of that sense of contraction of me is just a sort of a game of dualism.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is the natural reality, um how is that identified's not the right word, but how are you able to say that that's outside of time? How do you
Well,
know it is?
I don't say that it's outside of time. What I say is that there isn't, that time is a complete illusion.
Mhm.
That's a different thing. That's not saying that there's somewhere that time exists.
Mhm.
It's saying that it's just that time is only apparent.
Mhm. So all there is this and this and this and more this and always this.
Yeah.
Um, is in reality it closer than immediacy? Is it even more
No, no, that I
intimate
mean
than immediate?
this is trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
This that what all of this is
Mm-hmm.
an attempt to try to figure out something which cannot be understood. Remember, this is the realm of the tiny baby and the dogs and the cats and the
Mm-hmm.
plants and everything else. There, there doesn't need to be an
Mm-hmm.
understanding. This is the end of understanding. This is extremely relaxing because
Right.
there isn't any requirement to understand anything or to get it. You don't have to get anything. You don't
Would
have
you
to work
say
this out. Isn't that amazing? You don't have to work it out. That's
I
absolutely
know.
bloody
I
great.
know.
It's
That's
the
the
only thing you
whole
don't have to work out. Fucking hell. Yeah, anyway.
that's the whole ice cream analogy. You just went from 31 flavors to absolutely nothing. Like it's just happening. You don't have to make a choice.
You don't have to make a choice. And there's nobody that chooses, this is the point.
Would you say
There's
that's
never anybody that chooses.
Would you say that's children 2 years of age and below? Would you say?
It's all the time. It's just that there seems to be about that point a quality of contraction that sort of veils that sense. But that sense is constantly that instinct, that response of that body
Mm-hmm.
is constantly going on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's
Automatically. Just
constantly going on. There's no, you know what I mean? There's never a time. There's never a time where there isn't what is. What is all there is.
mm-hmm.
It's just that that can apparently be veiled by this sense of contraction by me.
And these responses, they're largely dependent just on conditioning, right? For that
Well, there's the
independent.
nuance of how that particular me state responds in a, goes, has a particular response or whatever. Yeah, it's got a particular nuance, which is, based in the, how you grew up or
Mm-hmm.
the sort of preferences of that body can
Mm-hmm.
kind of, give flavor to that particular quality of contraction of me, you might say. But I mean, it doesn't matter. There is just the uniqueness of that particular quality.
Pretty cool how just nothing matters. It's just I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
really the most honest sense, it just is.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, that's a great one. The nothing matters. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a big
lot.
deal. Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks, Lindsay. Johan, how you doing, man?
Hi, David. Hi.
Hi.
It would be like 100 tastes reduced to tasting, right?
Or yeah, well, I mean, to tastelessness, or whatever. I don't know. All there is just what is. This is neutral. This is absolute neutrality, unconditional neutrality.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of taste
No,
you taste. You just
it's all
taste it.
just this.
Yeah. What can you say about the past? What's there to say about the past?
Well, just that there is no time. So the past is just really an illusory part of the illusion of the me state.
And the past is also this immediacy in that way, right?
Well, immediacy is just not that it's the end of time.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
It's just a word. I mean, doesn't it's not, you know, I like that word, you know, but it's just a word. It doesn't have any value in and of itself, if you like.
It gets kind of a ghost-like quality, right? It's like,
Yeah, you can't grasp it. Yeah.
no, you're
Yeah.
grasping in thin air.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks.
There's one thing. There's an old poem. It's just a few lines. Is it okay if I read them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Sure.
why not?
Stop being so religious. What do sad people have in common? It seems they all build a shrine to the past and often go there and do a strange wail and worship. What is the beginning of happiness? It is to stop being so religious like that. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's got some, yeah. Why not? Yeah, thank
14th
you.
century, so.
Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Well,
Joey.
Yeah, hi again, Mr. David. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, I'm okay. Yeah, I just wanted to, I've been listening in. I just something I guess I kind of came up with in my mind here while listening is uh, empowerment. The word empowerment came in the sense of kind of like the attention oscillating around yourself, around your core. And that, yes, in this way, like the one lady was resonating with nothing matters in that kind of way, that there's an ultimate empowerment in it of stopping yourself,
Well,
and that
this is, I
it's
mean,
that core.
it's an interesting intro. I mean, what I would say about what is that it is the absolute end of empowerment. It is the absolute end of there being any requirement for anyone to become empowered, because it's the end of it is this is the end of someone. So it is the end of getting there. It's the end of trying to get somewhere. It's the end of becoming. And so it is also the end of empowerment.
I will add here, I'm not disagreeing, in that kind of way, but I guess a little shift of the attention on it would be that it's not a person, just a personal empowerment. It become a bigger empowerment if you talk about enlightenment, right?
Well,
And
yeah, but I mean,
that way,
enlightenment is always actually a personal ideology. It's always a personal process. You know, there isn't because you know there's a lot of people which will then talk about, oh yeah, but if there is not enlightenment for everyone, there's no enlightenment, and somehow that makes it, you know, somehow set that all that is just talking about me as being a very big me rather than there being a very little me in this body, but it is just another version of me.
so in that way, it's personal up until the point of actual liberation, because you're being liberated from, and what's from is the past, and the past would be the empowerment personal experience, right? That we, to use an extreme word, if maybe you were upset one day and you were carrying on in that way, you could say, I hate that, right? This personal empowered thing. Oh, I want it to go away. And that, does that make sense?
Not
That
really. I mean,
that's
I
empowerment
do,
yeah,
but
in a universal way. Yeah,
well, basically,
it doesn't go away. I don't see it as that.
there's no
No.
such thing as personal as any kind of personal liberation or any kind of enlightenment or any of that kind of stuff. All of that is really just a process of trying to get somewhere. It's a process of getting somewhere, and it's a process of me trying to get somewhere. And so all of that is just it's just the apparent process of me, which is just trying to grasp onto things constantly. That is part of the story of trying to get somewhere, trying to get better. Somehow it's always about becoming better. It's about becoming. This is the end of becoming. This is the end of there being
I
a process of
completely
becoming.
agree with you in that, sir. Yeah,
That's
in this,
great.
that's disempowering, isn't it? Because if we're already alive, we're already have a true self and a core, then us constantly
No,
putting
there's no
ourselves in
true
the place of
self.
becoming.
That's the point. There is no true
Yeah,
self and no core. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
because you
I
say
mean,
it. It's because you can, because it's free will and it's your opinion and it's
no, there's
beautiful.
absolutely
Yeah,
no
I'm
free
agreeing
will
with you.
or
Yeah,
choice whatsoever. That's the interest. Another interesting point that you've raised,
yeah,
that there is no possible free will or choice whatsoever because there isn't anyone. There's no one there asking those, expressing all of that and suggesting all of that. There's nobody doing that, and there's nobody here responding. So there is actually no one. So there isn't anyone to get anywhere. It's amazing, isn't it?
yes, and that's in that way. Yeah, of course, it's amazing, and it's okay for us to convince ourselves of to pay attention to reality, right, and
Well,
to be
I mean,
still. Yes,
if that is what goes on, then that's what goes on. There can be a process of somebody, of energy forming that sense of contraction, and then believing in the apparent world and what seems to be going on. There can be I mean, that's what actually seems to go on quite a lot. The world is full of stories and beliefs and ideas that are going on and on and on and on. That's what and all of that, or I should say, no, 99% of all of that is all about somebody trying to get somewhere, somebody trying to find a way to make something better. Amazing. All about me trying to get somewhere to make my life better.
right, and that in
And
that way,
there's
yeah,
nobody,
yeah.
there's no possibility of better.
Yes, which is fine, in that way, of course. And then something I could say further is I think of the word relief. Instead of this, I'm in North America and I see Europe as having a little bit more of success on this lax necessity of life, in context of balance and relaxation consistently. And North Americans get kind of heady and runny and
Yeah,
rabid
but it's
that way.
also
Yeah.
got, it's also, I mean, it's also, there's another thing about trying to find balance and trying to be relaxed and trying, all of this is about trying and becoming what you're talking about, trying and becoming, trying and becoming. This is the nature of of what goes on in the spiritual world. It's all about trying and becoming. This is the end of trying and it's the end of becoming. This is a realization that there isn't anyone. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Lee, hi.
Hi, David.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I don't have any question. I just want to say hi.
Oh, hi. Yeah, nice.
And
Nice to hear you.
and I found this morning's talk. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
the
Okay.
sound, the
Yeah.
voice, the sound. It's just in my ear, but I couldn't understand anything.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's great. You don't need to. This is just nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
sometimes when I listen to the talk on YouTube, I
Mm,
think the questions make the talk um, um, how do you say it? The questioner, their
mm.
question
Yeah.
make the talk more attractive to this one or less
Okay.
attractive.
Yeah.
Because some questions they just make make me resonate with this,
Sure.
while the other can be, um, you know, yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
No, I mean, there's, there's just a response, a question, a apparent question, apparent response, and there can sometimes be resonation with that or not. That's just what's going on.
Mm.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything, should I say? But
Yeah.
it's just some things will have a more of a resonance than others. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like some talks I just listen again and again.
Yeah.
Because just some words, it's just you got resonate.
Yeah.
You never get resonate before. It sounds like you never. It feels like you never hear that before. And
Yes.
then
Yes.
when you
Yes.
listen it again,
Yes. And
it's
it's yeah. Yeah. I know. I do understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. It can certain. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
Hi.
I like I told you before, I never had any glorious glimpse before,
Yeah.
or at least I didn't realize. But I just somehow I just know this is so bloody simple. This is
Yeah.
simpler than simple. This is simple, simple.
Yeah, exactly. There's something that gets that. Yeah, totally. It is. That's the, yeah, that's the incredible quality of
I
well,
know.
incredible thing about what is being
Ah,
expressed is that it's already what is longed for.
mm,
All there is what is longed for.
yeah, I can see
It's
what I
not
can.
anywhere special. It's all
No,
it's already everything.
what I can say is, life does become simpler, easier, a lot more flowing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, completely. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, David.
Hi, Laura. Hi, hi, too.
Hi. Good to see you.
You too. You too.
Um, so there was never anybody, right? Never
There was
somebody.
never anyone. No, no.
So that whole thing where I try to connect or this, I just realized energetically that this whole thing that I was hallucinating in a way the whole time. I was always trying.
Well, you weren't hallucinating. There was just
Yeah,
hallucination. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yes, yes. There was just hallucination for no one.
What the fuck, hey?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joey.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the other lady before Laura sounded like I heard this kind of sharing about you mentioned the nature of life, the nature of existence earlier, and then she said we're talking about flowing, in this kind of way. And I guess something to say is flowing can have this connotation if something isn't expressed in between of
So,
otherness.
can you just describe what you were going to say as a question? Have you got a question about
I'm going
around
to ask
that?
a question. Yeah, I mean, I guess in this kind of way, what would be the advice on if someone's interested in all of life, but we are attracted to, we could say that aloneness, right? We could say the path of meditation, right? But we might not know it yet. And in this kind of way, because it can be this, I'm flowing with life, but it's
What is the
different.
question? Sorry. What is
That's
the
the
question?
question, sir. Yeah.
So
I'll just word it
how
again.
Can you just describe that as what is it that you want to say?
Yes, I can. So we mentioned the nature of existence, the nature of reality, and then in this way, flowing with it. But in that kind of way that there's a distinction between I'm flowing with life and there's an external reality, and then I'm flowing with life, but there's an internal attention coming into
So
yourself.
all of this is
I
you
guess what do we
expressing
have to say
something.
about that generally? Yeah.
What do I think about all of that?
Yeah, generally, I think
What I think
everyone.
about all of that is that it's all about dualism. It's all a path with somebody trying to get somewhere. That's what I think about that. It is all associated with a path of somebody trying to find something. And all that is, that whole expression is just really the expression of the me state. It's the me state going round and round, trying to understand what is, and in the process of that seeking, it just continuation of its own seeking process. It is a kind of a loop without end, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, in that kind of way, that's the reason I brought up to be direct, the second half of the clarity
There
on the
is no
question.
path. There is no path. This is the end of paths.
Yeah, hold on. So basically, the clarity is there's a flowing and there's life, and life isn't the problem, but the problem can be what you've already kind of dealt with in your personal life, at least, Mr. David.
I haven't dealt with anything. That's the interesting thing.
Hold
This is not
on.
something that has been dealt with.
So
This is the end of there being anybody doing anything. This is the end of there being anyone. So it's a completely diametric expression that is there,
right,
what's being expressed there. Yeah.
but getting to a place of at least an acknowledgement is a choice, isn't it? A change, a shift, right? In the attempt.
There's no change. Is it
No, there is.
all
Like earlier
changes
in your
are
life, before you
apparent.
made this group, before you made the group earlier in your life, right? And you were
All
in a
changes are
awareness.
apparent. This is the end of change. This is the end of happening. So there's a happening and change and process, all about something going on in time. This is the end of time, right? So all of those things that this is just the me state on repeat. It's okay. It's just what it is. There's no problem with that. It's just this is very clearly expressing uncompromisingly that is what is going on there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Joey. This is Lee. You
Let's
can
not
also,
let's not go between each
yeah.
other if you don't mind. Thanks. I just want to kind of if we can kind of just keep it like this, it's better to do it like that, because otherwise it just gets very confusing.
Yes, I just want to clear that I didn't say flowing with it. It's just flow.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
also words, if you go too deep into words won't lead you anywhere.
No, that's quite right. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
this is impossible to understand and impossible to
Right.
get. So yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear of that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't make any confusion.
No,
Yes.
I understand. Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, who am I speaking to?
Oh, okay. You're speaking to
Sharon.
Shem. It says
Sharon, yeah.
Shem. I think it says Cynthia's iPhone. I don't know how to change it, and I don't know how to raise my hand.
Okay, no
But
problem. That's
cool.
fine. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been I really resonate with what you're sharing. And I just wanted to share what's happening here, which is I'm at a place where I have $5 to my name, and I've been living, kind of traveling, living a nomadic life for the last almost 4 years. And this has happened a handful of times, but this time is different. And usually what will happen is, I'll go into survival and safety and I'll ask for help or I'll figure something out. And this time it's not happening. And there's like an experience of that it's not an issue, that it's not a problem, that everything's fine. And my ego doesn't understand what's going to happen. It just, yeah, what's going to happen.
Well,
But
nobody knows really what's going to happen.
yeah, but unlike in the past, there's nothing happening. There's nothing being done. There's just sitting quietly with this, with what is. And
there's not a possibility of sitting quietly with what is.
okay.
All there is just what is. There's not a with what is. Do you see what I mean? That's one, two. There's a dualism. So all there is actually what is.
Yeah.
But I do understand what you're saying is that perhaps in what you're expressing is that somehow there's a softening there of a kind of tension around needing to be something or get somewhere or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I wanted to, I could use words that would be more resonant, but I don't want to put my energy there. I know I'm not speaking. You know what I mean?
No, don't worry. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. There's an understanding, but I just wanted to
No,
it's a very unusual, it's a very new kind of experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much. No, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, in this kind of way that I guess to speak a little bit more, to say this word,
I prefer a question if you
question.
don't. Just,
Okay,
yeah,
you got it, sir. Yes,
come with that direction if possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier the word relief. And in this kind of way, naturally, especially in groups like this, our mind, our attention, right, is going to the place of what's important to us.
I think you need to speak about your own experience.
I can speak about my own experience.
Just what's going on there, not about the global picture of everything, because that is impossible for that to have any idea about what's going on in other people. So what is the question?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And much respect, of course, to all of you. Yes. So a question, I'll say, what would be a way that you would, I'm interested, and that you can answer this personally or in whatever way you want. How does the nature of warming the heart fit into the path of nothing?
There is no interest here in anything associated with trying to warm anybody's heart on any level whatsoever. This has got nothing to do with warming anyone's heart. This is just what is. There isn't any more requirements to warm people's heart or be nice to people or have a nice and friendly kind of engagement with people. This is absolute destruction. This is horror. This is war. This is the end of, or this is all there is, and there is nothing that this isn't. This is nothing to do with a peaceful, happy kind of situation. This is absolutely everything. There is nothing that this isn't. So that whole illusion that somehow this has got to be a fluffy kind of thing, blanket of loveness, is got nothing to do with what this is. This is unconditional love. Okay, that means it is all that there is, not just a part. Yeah. Thanks, Katie.
Yes, thank you, sir. Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun. Really.
Yeah, it is.
I was going to share, I heard in one of your videos, I think from Brussels, you use this analogy of, I can't remember the mythical creature that it is, but like the multi-headed,
Yeah,
yeah,
Cerberus. Yeah,
Cerberus, or
yeah. It's
of the me being like that. And I really like that because, yeah, it's like, oh, it's in this self-development thing, or I need to be more aware over here, or
yeah.
to
It's
do this.
another head of the same dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's super, yeah, super interesting. And also like, or it just, I don't know if it's interesting, but I liked that way of expressing it.
yeah.
And yeah, just, it is interesting. I guess I'm saying that word again, but what hears this, so to speak, like has nothing to do with that whole energy.
No, well, there isn't anyone that hears this. There isn't anyone that hears this.
Okay. Yeah. It's just
And
hearing.
this isn't for anybody. There's no message here. There's no message at all. This is the end of messages, and you know, who would this give this to? It's ridiculous. There isn't a message. There's just what is. It's wonderful. You don't have to receive anything. There's nothing to receive. That's not fucking great. You don't have to receive anything. I mean, you know, oh, thank God. You don't have to be in a kind of like receptive mode, you know, so that everything's going to be, you know, taken on. Forget it. It's absolute nonsense. You don't have to receive anything. It's already what is. It's already this is it. This is it.
Thank you. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
That's what I don't want to skip. That's what I meant by the relief part. That you answer that part too with that answer. Just shouting it out. That's
Hi, David.
Anita, hi. How
Hi
you
dear.
doing?
Hi dear. I just want to say hi and thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you.
And you.
I need to ask a probably very stupid question. What do you mean by the end of time?
There is no stupid question, and the end of time. What do I mean by the end of time? It's difficult to describe what is. That what is the end of time. All there is the end of time. You know, it's not a point where
Yes,
there is an end of time. It's just all there is timeless.
timeless. And that can be quite shocking. Is that like if I say that is in a way a shock?
Well, yeah, it's a shock for me, you know,
Yeah.
that's yeah, in a way, you know, it's kind of like it's the last thing that me, you know, could ever expect, you know, the end the end of me.
Yes. Because then the foundation for my stories stop
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah, it's the end, yeah.
Yes, and it
Can't
felt
go anywhere.
and it feels as if I was holding on to something and something was ripping it off almost my hands. Ollie knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because me tries to get hold of something, it's gonna go
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
oh shit, you know.
Yeah. And it's like
It's gonna
wham.
happen. It's never going to happen. Sorry. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just, yeah, there will never be a getting this. Nobody ever gets this.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Ileana? Hi,
Hi.
Ileana. Nice to see you.
I just wanted to say something that stuck with me that Ollie said in a
Oh, yeah.
Zoom a way back.
Hmm.
He said that me is the only time traveler. And I love that, Ollie.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And thank you, David, for doing this and
It's a pleasure.
everything.
It's such a pleasure, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Achitu.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I say that me is time?
Me,
Because
yeah.
when you say that it's the end of the time, it's
Mm.
because it's the end of me.
Yes, is the end of exactly. Me is time. It's the same thing. Exactly. Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. No. Yeah, it's exactly that. Lindsay.
Am I here?
Yes, you are. You are here.
Okay, great. I'm not very good with
No, yeah.
technology. Would it be wrong? I know there's no right or wrong, but would it be too much of a me trying to understand things if I went about thinking of what you're saying as a circle that has no boundary? It just goes off in all directions and never ends. And
Well, yeah,
anything,
you could say, yeah, well, there's no beginning and no end. So
right.
it's all there is. Just simply all there is.
So to help with the understanding again without really
Nothing will. Nothing will help with the understanding at all, unfortunately. This is an understanding killer. Okay, it is impossible to understand. So you might think that we could go into, questions about trying to get clear on something, but it will never help. Me is just trying to find a way to get a little bit closer, just a
yeah.
little bit. If I get a little bit closer, then I'll be closer to what? Me doesn't actually know what it's looking for.
But that's what helps with the circle that never ends. There's nothing outside that circle. There's nothing there's no the me is already inside the circle.
Yeah, but me is what is as well. Me is just what
Right,
is. So it's
right,
all there's never anything that isn't what is.
right.
This is nothing. All there is nothing apparently happening. There's just nothing apparently happening.
You
Well,
know
this
how
is
they
nothing. This is just nothing.
do you know how they say um oh gosh, please don't let me lose my thought here. Hold on. It comes so fast and um
It's all right to lose your thought as well.
what do I do all day long?
That's
Um
great. That's amazing.
darn it.
Losing your thought. It's so interesting.
Well,
It's that sudden
ugh,
discontinue, and I can't even fucking say it. It's the impossibility of there being continuation. So it's that somehow that body just kind of gets to a point where it kind of goes, oh, actually, I can't hold this thought, because it's
you
not
know,
important for the function of that body. It doesn't give a shit.
yeah. Well, I don't know what the differentiation between what you're talking about and dementia, the actual definition of dementia is, but
I know, but in a certain way, dementia is the blowing of all of the fuses of me.
yeah.
There simply cannot be a constant control that's going on in
Mhm.
there of me, like this. The body just gives up eventually.
My mother will start a sentence in at a dinner table with,
Mhm.
all sorts of people, not just
Yeah.
family around,
Yeah.
and just stop. And
How
and
beautiful.
and it just, we all wait for the second half of the sentence.
Isn't that amazing?
And we just finally, you know, I guess it's more of a manners thing, you know, just not to place too much emphasis on the fact she didn't finish the sentence. We just go on to another subject. But yeah, it's
But isn't that amazing? You know, I mean, actually, very small children do exactly the same thing.
oh, well,
Just to
good.
say,
I'm
yeah.
not as bad off as I thought.
Well, you know, it's just all I'm saying is that
Yeah, no, I know.
we this is not continuous. This is just what is.
So when somebody's trying to understand that, that's also within what is happening.
Understanding is all part of a continuum of me. I will understand. Once I've understood something, I will be able to add that understanding to my past understanding, and that's going to give me more understanding, and then I'm going to get somewhere. You're never going to get this. You're never going to get anywhere, because this is the end of knowing, the end of knowledge. This is complete unknowingness.
And even someone who is trying to understand and continue the story of me, that also is within the circle
Absolutely,
of the,
absolutely what seems to be happening. Yes, but it
right.
doesn't mean that they're going to get anywhere.
Remind me again of why everything is nothing.
That I can't tell you why everything is nothing. It's
Or
just that everything is nothing.
is that because it's always changing, fleeting, or
It's not because of anything. It's just what is. There isn't a because.
because nothing's substantial, or it's just all sensing?
This is impossible to understand. You're not going to get this. I don't get this. Nobody gets it.
Okay, David.
This is what stupidity looks like. Okay?
Yeah.
It's absolute stupidity.
Oh, good. I'll fit right in. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for all that.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure. Ileana.
Wow. So this is like a freedom from the illusion of continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. Love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, David, like really what we're talking about here is it's the absolute collapse of that which wants to know.
Yeah.
Figure it out and somehow go towards it.
That's it.
Yeah, that completely collapses. And
That's it. Yeah.
there's nothing that thinks it's separate from this thing called what is that it's looking for. There's just immediacy with nobody looking for it, nobody separate from it, nobody understanding it. Yeah.
It's just what is. Yeah.
It's the collapse of this path and road of knowing that thinks it's getting closer to understanding what's been spoken about here, and I'm getting closer to absolutely getting it.
Yeah, there's no closer or further away. Yeah. All there is just energy. So it's just that. There's no possibility of getting further or closer away from everything. Thanks, Ollie.
Yeah, cool.
Lindsay, yeah.
Wait, sorry, I must have made a mistake. I'm sorry about that.
No, we've got Nanda. Hi, Nanda. You're still muted. Can you just unmute? Yeah.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. When you say there's just this immediacy, sometimes it's spontaneous, but very often then a reaction starts like getting it or grasping it or concentrating on
Yeah.
it or doing something about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's
So how
just what's
should
going on. That's just what's going on. There's nothing you can do about that. There's no one that's doing that. It's just what's going on. That's the me state trying to find something. It's just what seems to happen.
because if there's no talk like this, just spontaneous situations,
Yeah.
then it seems much easier. Then there's not such an emphasis on.
There can be, there's I mean, there isn't, again, this is, meetings are not they're not some special thing that means that if you come to a meeting, then suddenly everything's going to be great and the me's just going to fall away and, on a path to somewhere. This is no different from anything else.
I mean, a meeting makes the seeker bigger than ever. Normally,
It can do.
yeah,
There is. In different apparent bodies. There can be different responses, and some there'll be a more of a contraction, and for others there can be a sort of a sense of softness, a softening.
yeah, but even softening is still too much.
Well, it's just
Um,
what seems to go on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's nothing a me can do.
No, because me is what it seeks. So me is a one trick pony one it's this one trick pony. It's just it just does this one thing, which is contraction. It just contracts. It just holds on. It's just this all the time. That's just what seems to go on. It's how me seems to be. It's nothing to do with anyone. It's just what that mechanism, if you like, quality is like. It's got nothing to do with you. So there's no way that anyone can do anything about that. It's a fever. It's my way of describing it. I just say it's a fever. What are you going to do about that?
I'm sick.
Well, I mean, you can describe it like that. That me will very often say, I am sick. It's my illness. Yeah, it will do that kind of thing. But actually, the illness is me, if you like.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't matter how we describe it. And anyway, illness always seems to have the connotation that there's something wrong that I have to fix. And again, that's not a very good way of describing it. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with this. The nature of the me state is completely natural. It's just what seems to go on with humans. And then apparently what seems to happen is it can completely fall apart.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Thank
seeking
you.
to relieve. It's
Sure.
seeking to relieve tension, and the seeking is the tension.
Yeah,
It's a closed loop.
it is.
It's going off somewhere to try and relieve this tension, and that whole imaginary process is actually the tension. It's just they're not separate in a way, really.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. There's no
Yeah.
possibility of there being
Yeah.
separate. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Did you have anything else, Nanda, or is that it? Is that it?
Pretty much smacked in my face.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Jamie?
Hey David, how are
Hi,
you?
Jamie. How you doing? Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Good.
I had a kind of simple question.
Yeah.
So, would you agree that the me has all sorts of like hopes and dreams and values attached to it? Yeah, I was just curious, how would you describe like the formation of like how those things come to appear? per se.
Well, I mean, me is hopes and dreams. Me is hopes and dreams. It is,
And also time.
and also time, and all of that comes together. It's always about something better. It's not just what is. It's always about something in the future that's better than what is. So all the time there's a missing of what is. There's a constant, bypassing of what is. So that's the nature of it. So of course there would be naturally, instantly, immediately hopes and dreams that are born out of me. It comes with the territory.
It seems like when there's the falling away of me, it's like realize that that's like a scam of some sort, in a
Yeah, well,
sense.
I mean, the me is the only conspiracy. There's only one conspiracy, and that's me.
Right on. Thanks, David.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Johan.
Hi.
Hi.
It seems that the me seemingly has to confront its own helplessness, right?
Well, it doesn't confront its own helplessness. That's the last thing that it wants to do. It wants to hide its helplessness as far under the table as it possibly can.
Right.
But ultimately, it is recognized that it is completely and utterly helpless and impotent, as Tony Points says. It is a completely an energy, a quality of energy, apparent quality of energy, which has absolutely no power.
Defenselessness seems apt, right?
Yes, well, similar.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no defense.
That could explain why the me wants to stay away from that as far as it can, right? Because
Away from what is being expressed here.
From defenselessness, yes.
Yes, well, this is completely there's no defense to this. This is quite ruthless in a certain sense.
Yeah.
It's quite ruthless expression. Just for me, it is. It's utterly ruthless because it's recognizing that there is no one, and me that is me would doesn't like that shit. It wants it wants there wants to be a feeling of holding on, of of there being a center, of there being an absolute, of everything being real. So it doesn't like that expression at all.
Running away from freedom, it's so desires, right? Yeah. Thanks.
Funny.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, but freedom is the absence of me, is the absence, and that's it. It is a freedom freedom from itself.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Nanda.
Yeah, I got it. I'm so used to doing my best, controlling all these things. And then I know what you're going to say. That's what seems to go on.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Help, help.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's no possible help because there isn't anybody to help. That would really just be a confirmation. Getting help for that would really just be a confirmation that there is someone that can be helped, but actually there isn't anyone. So that's a huge relief. That is, really. that you don't have to fix this. You don't have to sort this out. There's nothing to sort out. It's just what it is. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. Just this. It's just this.
But unconsciously I make it into something.
Well, yeah, but me makes nothing into something. It turns what is into something. Yeah. It's always trying to do that. Yeah. This isn't important.
I make it important. Yeah, okay.
Me makes it important. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not important.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Said?
Said. Yeah, hi, David.
Hi.
We just said that we were talking about the continuation and this, but it's not a position that's negating continuation or the apparent story or apparent cause and
No,
effect.
there's apparent continuation. There's the appearance of that. It may seem like that. It's just very clearly that's just a story.
It doesn't mean anything. Like you have the question and the answers, but it's not. It doesn't mean. There's no meaning in it. It's
there can be stories that are told. Lots of stories will be told in a certain way. Stories are it's not money that makes the world go round. It's stories that makes the world. I'm talking about the apparent world of, how things go in the human world. But it is stories that does that. It's all about stories. The collision of different people's, ideas.
Yeah.
People. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Pete?
Hey, David.
Hi.
So I guess when we talk about this immediacy, like what's apparently happening right now, there's, a sensory field here that picks up on, or I mean, I don't pick up on objects, I guess, but like there's objects here that appear that for over there, objects do not appear. So what are we talking about when it's this immediacy? Is it like just
that question is coming from something that wants to understand.
Okay, I see.
And it is the end of that question.
Oh. So it's all
this is the end of the seeker. This is the end of seeking. This is the end of the knower. This is the end of the one that wants to know.
I see. So like the whole koan of a tree falling in the woods.
There is no answer to the questions that you've asked. There's no answer to that. It's just what seems to go on. There's no observer anymore. The observer completely collapses. There's just what is. And there's nothing that's questioning anymore in question of that.
Thanks, David.
Thank you. Imran.
Hi, David.
Hi, Imran. Hi, how are you doing?
People have spoken about time, me being time, yeah. And with time, of course, comes a timeline, a life, a story, linearity, causality, and all of it. Yeah, that's time. Would it be fair to say that quite often in the story, people, or I certainly have, avoid certain things that happened in the so-called past and attempt to attain things? Like me seems to be a creature of avoidance and attainment, and just past and future, as opposed to experiencing This, as in
There can be I think that there can be an avoidance of of me feeling the tension in that body, for sure. There can be a strong avoidance of that.
And that
Me
tension
doesn't
is
like me doesn't like to investigate that, you know, it's not it doesn't want that, you know.
Yeah. And
Just
common
what's
sense.
going on. What there is not what it wants. It wants something else. So that's the point. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Always avoiding feelings that it doesn't like, I think, yeah? Or
Well,
didn't
yeah,
like or doesn't like.
yeah, me has got an idea that it likes certain likes one particular type of thing, and that's it. That's what it likes. That's what love feels like, and so it just goes towards what its ideology of what love is, or what feeling good is, or whatever it is, and then that's it. It just kind of tries to get that, and anything else it doesn't want. So it's very conditional. It's a very conditional kind of expression, whereas just this is unconditional. There's nothing that is not allowed.
Yes, yes. And me quite often can be about allowed, not allowed, not allowed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, David.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure. Hi, Lee.
So this bodily sensation is just what happened too, right?
Say that again. This.
This bodily sensation
Yeah.
is just what's happening.
It's just what's happening. Yeah. Bodily sensation seems to go on. Yeah. No one
And
has
this,
that, but it's the sensations can go on. Yeah.
yeah, but the feeling of my sensation.
Yes. Me often that when there's me, there's a sense that it's my sensation. It's my sensation. It's part of my life.
It seems that sort of mixed together the
Yeah, well, as I said, that me state is not a continuous quality.
right. Yeah.
But
True.
often there can be a sense, an instinctive movement that body will have, and the sense of me can be completely different.
Yeah. Like you said, it's not always there.
It's a
But it just
resistor in a circuit. It's like a resistor in a circuit, if you like.
sorry. Can you?
Me is like a sort of resistor in a circuit. The flow of energy through the body is impeded by that quality.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
Sure.
David, I just wanted to, like, really, what we're really talking about here simply is the end of that which feels separate from everything and wants to find out about it, know it. It's just the end of separation, really.
This is the end of separation. That's all that can be said really about this, is that this is the end of separation, and there isn't anyone trying to find anything.
Yeah, like all our questions, and they all come from the sense that this illusionary energetic sense that something feels separate, and it's just coming from that sense of separation, everything. It's just the end of separation.
Yeah.
There's nothing then separate from, there's nothing separate. There's nothing looking, there's nothing asking. Yeah. All those questions are Yeah. Yeah.
Futile.
And yeah.
Yes. Wonderfully futile.
Yeah, it's just the end of separation.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's nothing to find because all there is already what is. All that is longed for is already this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, everyone.
Lovely to
Thank
see
you, David.
you. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
David.